I made a lot this year. No wonder why I'm so fluffing tired. This is my life. This is the story of my life. Hello and welcome back. I haven't seen you guys in like a whole year. Okay, no more bad dad jokes. For now. Oh, I need my notes. All right, how are you? I hope everybody is doing fabulously. So I have noticed a little bit of a trend of folks are doing a everything I made this year video. And I'm kind of digging the idea because personally I was going through a little bit of a funk. I took a good week and a half off specifically because my kid was home for Christmas vacation. I wanted to spend time with her. And then I ended up with a larynx injury and then ended up sick. And so I had a lot of time to reflect and wonder and think about what's going on and what am I doing. And I started to feel like I had nothing to show for 2021. What did I do? Was my time worth it? Had I put forth the efforts that I needed to? And so once I started actually thinking about everything that I had done over the course of 2021, I started feeling better. I started actually feeling accomplished. Like, I did a lot. I really, really did a lot. And I have a lot to show you guys. I'm actually really proud of some of the things that I've done. So let's get to it. So behind me is all of the sewing that I did. I also did a lot of painting. I did a lot of non-fabricking, and I'm really proud of how much I actually did do. And so I figured let's kind of go through everything and talk about it a little bit. And yeah. So I've never actually done this before. I'm a little if I come across as rusty, I've never done one of these before. So I think I'm just going to start from the top. They're not in order. I should have put them in order, but they're not. So I've done a little math. I'll stick up a little chart right here of where all of my productivity was. So in January and February, I only made one item each, nothing in March, and 2 things in April. Now, the first half of the year was redonkulously light on projects for me because majority of my time and energy went into renovating our RV. I'll plop pictures up somewhere. And that took up a huge amount of our free time. Once our RV was done, my personal productivity quadrupled. So for May, I made 5 items. June 4, we spent July traveling. August 2, I don't know what I did in August. Other than like the kids went back to school. I don't know. September 5, October 6, November 3, December 6, for a grand total of 35. Now, within my math, I did not take into consideration collaborations with my husband. I'm gonna let him take the win on some of those. So, in all honesty, like, that number would have been significantly higher if I took into consideration things like charcuterie boards and stuff like that, where he does the woodworking and then I paint them. Yeah, so I'll let him take the win on the woodworking that I pitched in towards, whether it was doing some staining, polyurethane, blah, blah, blah. Those are his. My overall satisfaction rating is considerably high this year, considering 2021 was a really hard year for me emotionally. I threw myself into my work to kind of compensate for a lot of the things that were going on, both globally and personally. I do this to not think about what's out there. So I ranked things by love it, like it but it needs work before I can love it, hate it, and it was a gift, so the opinion of the person who received it is really the only opinion that matters. So for love it, I had 20. What is that percentage? What is, if I break Alexa? Okay, math done. So for my satisfaction level, at 58% love it, 7% like it but it needs work, 2% hate it, and 29% that it was a gift, so the opinion of the recipient is the opinion that matters. Well, I like them, the recipient is the one that matters. So shout out to those of you who have gotten gifts from me before. Let me know down below what your opinion of gifts you've received from me are. I'd love to hear back from you. You know, things that thank you cards would say. But anyways, so with the clothes that I've made, I made a lot. I made a lot. Yeah. For the clothes that I made this year, I made this black one for a wedding. I absolutely love the way it fits. I did a lot of work to the pattern because I didn't like the pattern. I'll link the video in the description box below of the things that I did. Fabric wise, it is a bubble crepe, so poly, but it's got a lovely drape. I love the way it fits. It's a wrap dress, so if I'm feeling a little bloated, I can just tie it a little looser and it's not that big of a deal. It's one of my favorites. My other top favorite is this one, which is a sheet. They were bed sheets that I repurposed. And I made myself and my kiddo matching cottagecore dresses. It's a cotton poly blend. Would I love it to have been 100% cotton? Yes. But since I was challenging myself to repurpose sheets, it is what it is. Again, I'll link the video for that one in the description box below. But here are a couple of pictures of what they look like on. My absolute next favorite were the Santa overalls. I challenged myself on this one to make a pair of overalls that looked kind of vintage and kind of something that Santa would wear around the workroom. And I was also challenging myself to use fabric I already had in existence in my possession. I didn't want to go to the store to buy anything because Christmas is so expensive as it is. I wanted to make it 100% from inventory, and I did. And that was made out of I don't have it here to show you because I packed it away with my Christmas clothes. I don't really wear red when it's not Christmas. So I pack away my Christmas clothes. But here's a picture of it. I love it. I love the way it drapes. I get so many compliments on it when I wore it to a formal event. I got a lot of compliments on it when I wore it to a cutesy event. And the only difference is how I styled it was really the difference is. Again, I will link the video for that one down below as well. Next is my autumn folly color cottagecore sundress, which while I like this one, I didn't put it into the love category, not because of the fabric choice or the pattern or whatever. The thing that I didn't like about it was that the elastic that holds the straps up was too loose. I have to go back in and tighten that elastic, and unfortunately I made the grave mistake of following and trusting McCall's on instructions and measurements, and that elastic probably needed to be at least another inch and an inch and a half tighter on me, because they kept going bloop bloop all night long wearing it out. But otherwise, once I go in and fix that problem, I then will be able to upgrade it to love it. Another one that I have in the like it but it needs work category is a blouse that I made for a video you guys have yet to see. Although you have seen it in a video that I was wearing it around Hanukkah. And I got the fabric from Joann's as part of my November fabric haul. I love the fabric choice. It's a very lightweight cotton lawn. It's just a little too big and I need to take it in. I need to get a dressmaker's mannequin to help me with fitting, because when I'm self-fitting, I find that I just don't get as 100% a good fit as I would if I was doing fitting on somebody else. And so that's why that one lives in the I like it, but I don't quite love it yet category. Some of these are my kiddos, because she gets a summer wardrobe. She gets, like, this dress was her dress for Passover, and then she also gets like just summer weight sundresses because they're a staple and it's an essential here in Central Florida. Oh, this one's not on my list, but this was also a make, and again, this is a like it, not love it. I'll insert a picture here. The reason that I like it but not love it is because of facing refuses to stay tucked in. Just downright refuses to stay tucked in, no matter what I do. I've ironed it, I've steamed it, I've pressed the fluff out of it, and it still refuses to stay tucked in. The fabric, however, chef's kiss. It's from fabrics.com. I will link the fabric down below. I did not make a video for this because this was a before I started filming my projects, but I do have some really cute pictures of it that I wore to a wedding about a month ago. The wedding that I got sick at. Yeah, you guessed it. I went to a wedding and I came home sick. Surprise, surprise. Okay, and then the last thing on the everyday clothes that I made is one that I just don't like. And I don't know how to deal with it. And again, you guys haven't seen it yet. It's a video. But I made this on the hanger. It looks really cute. On other people, it looks really cute. On me, it looks like a maternity top. I have bubbles. And everything just hangs over my abdomen and drapes. So things that are square and boxy tend to make me look pregnant. Which, coincidentally, is the same reason why I don't like this one, the Mrs. Maisel Playsuit. I love it. I love the pattern was easy to make. The fabric is soft. The cut on me makes me look huge. Partially because when I wore it, I wore pasties instead of a proper supporting bra because it's open back. So my boobs sit down here by my belly button because gravity. And so it's one of those things where it's cute on everyone else. So as far as cosplays go, I didn't do as many cosplays as I normally would. Some of that is because of COVID and we just really didn't have anywhere to go. So I made some things for myself just because I wanted to feel good about myself. I wanted to feel like I might be going to D23, even though I didn't actually go to D23. So with that, I made my Cruella Deville cosplay. 100% of her was made from fabrics that I already had in inventory, and it was literally on a whim. If you want to see that, that was my absolute very first video that I ever made for YouTube, and is actually my second top video to date. It was my Cruella cosplay. And then also because I would love to go to D23 and have dreams of grandeur, I made my queen, my perfect queen, Winnie. I did not count all of Winnie's accessories for the things that I made this year, because I'm just kind of doing the cosplay was one thing. Even though it's 3 dresses, a wig, and a necklace goes into it. Because it's the chemise, the kirtle, the coat, wig, necklace. So 5 individual pieces, but in my tally, I only counted Winnie as 1. And she's my girl. She's my jam. She's my queen. She is my ginger queen. And that's all I have to say about that. And then the last 2 cosplays that I made are actually one combined, was mine and my husband's Halloween costumes, where we did the ball gowns from the Haunted Mansion. These beauties. This big beauty, she's heavy and she's thick. I'm not putting her on again today. Nope. And then there's his tux. This gown was 100% from inventory, and his I did buy stretch suiting from Joann's. I talk about that more in that video. In addition to sewing, I do also paint. I know I've talked about it a little bit on my channel. You guys have seen stuff in the background because I do often have my easel set up with something big working on it. And then I did do a couple of videos with the tombstones, so you guys got to see me painting my tombstones. So of my paintings, I have 1, 2, 3, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 paintings this year. That's actually really statistically low compared to other years. I don't know if it's because I just didn't have my painting mojo, or time constraints, or what. Actually, if I pulled out, I probably do have a lot more watercolors than I'm actually accounting for, because there was a time over the summer where I just sat with my book and watercolored for pages and pages and pages. My absolute favorite of my paintings is Brom. At least I call it Brom. there is a version of the Sleepy Hollow stories. Katrina Van Tassel's fiance was actually the Horseman, not a ghost. I kind of latched onto that theory and then got to see that theory played out in the Sleepy Hollow TV show. I think it was on Fox a couple of years ago. And so the idea stuck with me. And instead of referring to him as the Hessian or the Horseman, I still call him Brom. You know, it's not something that I'm gonna fight over because I love all of the Sleepy Hollow versions, whether it's the Disney version, whether it's the Johnny Depp version, whether it's the Fox TV show version. All of them are valid in my eyes as a New Yorker, as a kid whose love affair with the Hudson Valley still persists to this day. Every version of Sleepy Hollow is valid to me. But for some reason, I just clung to the idea and that theory of Brom being the Horseman and trying to scare away Ichabod. I don't know why. I clung to that theory. But moving on. So that's why I call him Brom. But this is my absolute favorite thing, 110% favorite thing I did this year. And the reason being is because I genuinely spent 9 months, 10 months, start to finish. And I'm so thrilled with the way he came out. And he's the centerpiece on my dining room wall. So he just needs a frame. Other things that I did was a small Hogwarts train for my daughter's bedroom. She is a Potterhead. She is Hermione. Let's just be real. If she was the personification of a Harry Potter character, she's Hermione. And so the Hogwarts train, and then I also did a pink Deathly Hallows for her bedroom wall because she wanted a Harry Potter themed bedroom in the new house, and there isn't much out there feminine for girls. Everything is the strong darker color palette, so I did her bedroom in a pastelized version of the house colors. And then the other big thing that I did this year, painting wise, also is my annual Cracker Lantern. Get it? Kraken and Jack-o'-lantern. It is something that I do annually. My husband is the captain of a pumpkin chunkin team. These paintings become their t-shirts every year. And they are Krakens that smash pumpkins. So, the Crack-o'-lantern. Don't judge me. Don't judge me, I got problems. Okay, so, and the last two pieces that I did this year, one of which was on canvas, the other was actually on wood. My husband is in the space sciences. It's a love affair in addition to his career. So every year for a special occasion, he gets a new space themed painting. I'm little by little making him all of the planets, but then there are also other things that I slip in there. And so this year he got a Uranus and then a Nebula Desk. Yes, I took his desktop, painted it black, and then painted a nebula on it, and then did about 40 coats of varnish so that way it's not gonna like get ruined from being used as a desk. But it's a very cool finished piece, 24 by 60, and it's his entire desk is just a giant nebula. And then a whole slew of watercolors. Okay, anyways, I'm really glad that you guys decided to stick around with me. I swear I'm done with the dad jokes for now. For this video. And I'm looking forward to bringing more to 2021 now that 22. I'm looking forward to bringing things for 22 now that I am feeling better and mostly have a voice again. Mostly. I love you guys, and I hope you have a beautiful rest of your week, and I'll see you next time.